This is now the fourth Marvel TV show that third Marvel TV show, because we didn't talk about What If. We talked about WandaVision.
Yes.
We talked about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
We talked about Loki.
Yes.
Now we're talking about Hawkeye.
Right.
We're not talking about Daredevil, even though I've talked about it a lot over the course of the years, and I will continue to talk about it.
Yeah, because that's it, right? That's it.
Well,
I feel like I'm missing one right now.
What If is definitely one.
Is there one other one in there too? Or am I just going crazy right now?
I think you're going crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so Hawkeye.
Confirmed. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye came out 2021.
That was last year.
Yep. It has 3 directors.
Mm-hmm.
Rhys Thomas. I'm not sure I never know how to pronounce that name.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Rice.
Yeah.
Rise.
Rhys
Thomas.
You know what? You said that when we talked about No Way Home, and I did. I forgot that is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to pronounce it wrong, at least pronounce it cooler than Keanu.
Yeah.
You know?
Keanu Reeves.
Hey, Rhys Thomas? He's probably going to be like, that's not my name. But if you went Rhys Thomas, you'd be like, that's not how you pronounce. Yes.
That is sweet.
In fact, that is the exact way to pronounce it. Anyway, so we've got Rhys Thomas, Bert and Bertie. Written by
Bert and Bertie.
Jonathan Igla, who is the series creator.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa Clement, Katie Matthewson, Tanner Bean, Aaron Cancino,
Mr. Bean,
Heather Quinn. No, it's Tanner Bean. Could be a guy or a girl. Actually, I think Tanner is
right. How dare I?
Who's picking genders anymore?
Right.
Heather Quinn.
They Bean.
Heather Quinn also could be guy or girl.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna Noel Fraser. Okay.
Mm.
I didn't put who directed what episode.
No.
I didn't put who wrote which episode. Those are the directors, those are the writers. Starring...
You've already gone out of your way. I don't think anyone would have listed all those writers.
Yeah, well, I had nothing better to do. I'm on vacation. So, Jeremy Renner...
Yes.
...returns as Clint Barton / Hawkeye. Which is interesting how I don't think he's ever been referred to as Hawkeye. They've said the name, but they've never referred to him as Hawkeye. I don't recall.
I'm trying to think,
If they have...
I don't think he's ever referred to himself as Hawkeye.
First of all, he's never done that.
No.
But I remember he referred to his daughter at the beginning of Endgame as Hawkeye.
Yeah.
He called her Hawkeye. There was that reference, in Thor, where he's in the Hawk's Nest.
Right.
I don't think... If he has been referred to as Hawkeye, I don't think he was in the room. Okay. I don't think they went...
It was off camera somewhere.
That Hawkeye! They didn't do that. But anyway.
Someone said hot guy, and they're like, Hawkeye? Yes.
And he went, yes to both.
Mm-hmm.
Yes to both. Anyway, Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld. Eleanor Bishop, played by Vera Farmiga.
Another amazing actress.
Oh, my God. She is incredible.
And she never ages either. You know that?
No, she doesn't age.
Ever.
She's on my list.
She's on the list?
She's on my list.
She's on the list. Well, how many are on the list? Is it a top 3, or is it just a list that's like Santa Claus and you go down and check it twice? Yeah.
Because, let's be real here. Let's be absolutely real.
Yes.
There are... The list of people that you would sleep with versus the list of people that you wouldn't.
Right.
It's actually probably better to come up with a list of people that you wouldn't sleep with ever. Ever. Under no circumstances would you sleep with them. Because, I remember years ago, I would say this thing where Britney Spears. I would never sleep with Britney Spears. But then I got a little older and I changed it, and I would say, I would sleep with Britney Spears, but I wouldn't tell anybody I slept with Britney Spears. This is at her pre-crazy stage, before she...
I was all about the shaving the head stage.
Right? Who wouldn't be? Right? But anyway, so that would be the job. I would sleep with her, but I wouldn't tell anybody. Right?
It's a secret sleep.
Lies! They're both lies. I would have slept with her.
Yeah.
I would have slept with her.
And you're going to go around and be like, I slept with Britney Spears.
Yeah, but I mean,
National Enquirer, check it out.
The truth is, I probably wouldn't tell anybody, not because of some, altruistic thing, or like I was ashamed of it, I wouldn't say anything because who the fuck's gonna believe me?
Right.
You know?
So you got the list of people you would sleep with, people you wouldn't sleep with, and together they combine onto the people you just never will sleep with.
There are people that I will never, ever sleep with. Like, ever.
Ever.
And not like gay guys, like gay shit like that. Just in general, like, because that's part of the list, right? Like, there's going to be dudes that are like, well, I wouldn't sleep with a guy. And for those people, I would say, yeah, I'm sure you would for the right number. It better be $1 billion. Don't be bullshitty. You know for a fact there's a number. Mm-hmm. There's a number. We're not going to go through it. We're not going to go through it.
No.
Mine's not as high as you think.
Am I the pitcher or receiver?
That's
the question.
It's not with you.
That's the question.
Actually...
Thank God it's not with me. Oh, I couldn't afford you for one thing.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Because guys will have this conversation, right?
Yeah.
And when I worked at Power Center, this conversation came up, right? And one of the guys I worked with actually said I would have to be, like, he said he would have to be the guy receiving because he couldn't get it up for a dude. And I was like...
Interesting.
I was like, yeah, you know what? Like...
Yeah.
Because, like, sure... you hit my number and you said, hey, this is your number. Mm-hmm. Here's the money. And then, you're about to do it. And then you're just like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I actually don't want anything to do with you sexually at all.
Can you look past him at the pile of money?
Have you ever gotten an erection for money? Have you ever actually, like, when you first got your credit card, and it had like a really high balance because you had like no credit, and they were like, "We're gonna fuck your life up."
I tell you, I've received some impotence for money over the years.
Right, but have you ever been like, "Oh my God, I don't know how hard. I've never been this hard.
Damn!
I saw money and it just ripped through my." No, and you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times.
I shall name him Visa.
There's been a couple of times where I was like, I would love to do stuff with you right now, but I looked at my credit card statements.
Yep. How's 2024?
I might be able to get an erection then.
I can fit you in on November.
No, it's better. The better phrasing is, can you fit me in on that date? Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
we went way
with
off
that
course.
in mind, you'd almost have to be the catcher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
we started with Vera.
So yeah, that's right. We're talking with Vera Farmiga. Well, anyway,
we went places.
Okay. So here's someone that's not on my list.
Okay, Tony Dalton.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yes.
She's young.
She's young.
At some point, she might be on the list, but I'll tell you, it's hard.
I don't find her. She's a cute girl. I don't find her attractive in any way, but I will say that over the last, 6 years or so, she gets better and fucking better and better and better. She was in a movie with Mark Ruffalo, Begin Again, I think it's called. It's a musical.
Oh, interesting.
So fucking good.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So good.
So I made. Oh yeah. So we've got Tony Dalton plays Jack Duquesne.
Duquesne.
Yeah. Duquesne.
Yeah.
We've got
Frafi.
Yeah. Frafi. Okay, so
Frafi.
Kazimirchak.
Wow. His character name is almost as hilarious as his real one.
Frafi is awesome. I actually looked at that a couple of times. I was like, that's legit.
Frafi.
Okay. He is the friend of Echo who mostly speaks sign language with her.
Yes.
He actually literally learned ASL for this role, which is really cool.
That's impressive.
Brian Darcy James played Derek Bishop, Kate Bishop's father and Eleanor Bishop's husband. Alex Ponovich is Ivan Banias, and he's just part of the Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah, that guy's always a bad guy. Some people...
Some of these Eastern European
you don't remember their names ever, but
it.
When you see them, you're just like,
yeah,
damn.
Because most of the time you look at them and go, Eastern European, you're going to be a mobster.
You're a bad guy.
You're going to be a mobster.
Ivan.
So he was, Ivan, and he's also Tracksuit Mafia. And then we've got Peter Adamczyk.
This guy was fucking hilarious.
Thomas Delgado's his name. It's fucking another Tracksuit Mafia guy, but he's got a very, like...
regular name.
Portuguese sounding name. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. We've got Simon Callow, who plays Armand Duquesne III. This is Jack's uncle.
Yep.
We've got Linda Cardellini showing up in way more times in this than I thought she was going to.
Yeah. I was impressed.
Laura Barton. I thought it was literally going to be one shot of her in the beginning.
Yep.
One shot at the end. And like a random phone call, where Clint picks up the phone. It's like, oh, hey, honey, my wife, Laura Barton, who I haven't seen in so long. And they have to say that so the audience goes, that's his wife, Laura Barton, and he hasn't seen in so long.
And they've officially written Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. out of the MCU by having her in this.
What? Really?
Yeah. You know what? When he says, look what I found, and he gives it to her?
Oh, right.
She's Mockingbird. Mockingbird is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just like, I don't care. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't click with that. We've got Alaqua Cox, who plays Maya Lopez. I put in parentheses Echo. Alaqua?
I wonder how you pronounce Alaqua?
Alaqua sounds better.
Alaqua.
That actually sounds... It's probably wrong, but it sounds better. But anyway, so she plays Maya Lopez, and she is the reverse... Or not the reverse, but she's like Daredevil, except that she can see, she just can't hear.
Yeah.
But that allows her to become a formidable
She was so good as Echo. I'm a little disappointed we never got the handprint anywhere, but I'm guessing that's coming in her own story.
It has to. But she was really good, but so was the person, the actress who played her as a young kid. Also really good. And the casting was so good that I was like, did they film this 10 years ago?
Yeah. And she actually has a missing limb, and they wrote that in.
Oh.
So who's missing the leg in the movie?
Yeah.
Or in the show?
Oh.
Echo's not missing a leg in the comics.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's one of those characters where I know of her.
Yeah.
But I've never really...
Well, I've read her right from the start, right? Because I was on my David Mack kick.
Right.
Should have kept those books because they're worth a fortune now. But anyways...
You at least made a hefty profit.
Can you imagine how much money I would have had if I kept all my books from the 2000s? I had all the Winter Soldier run.
Kenneth, don't do that.
All the Winter Soldier run.
Don't do that.
Good fucking Lord.
Stop, Kenneth. What you do is you remind yourself of all the good times you had reading those books.
I did.
All those stories.
Yes.
It's a shame you can't still have them, so that way when you're griping about comic books today, you go back and read the ones that you enjoyed. But anyway.
And to the people that bought them for really cheap off me, I read them on the shitter.
They do.
Yeah. They know?
They've read them on the shitter too. There's no way that they didn't know.
Why isn't this near mint? Well, let me tell you.
I can tell you. It's been flagged. An old Seinfeld reference. It's been flagged.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Yeah.
We're almost done. We've got Florence Pugh playing Yelena Belova. Is she a white widow or a black widow?
They haven't referred to her as either.
Yeah. Anyway.
But in the comics, she's Black Widow too.
She's
So
definitely
I'm just
Black
assuming
Widow.
she's a Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
We've got Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Who's that guy?
He's playing Wilson Fisk, commonly referred to as the Kingpin.
Holy motherfucking shit! Did you blow a load when he showed up?
No, because I hadn't watched the show, but I was already spoiled, so I knew he was.
Oh, right, you had everything spoiled for you.
I saw the screenshot of the picture on the phone.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, okay. And I saw one screenshot of him in his Hawaiian outfit.
I wasn't super surprised because the rumor was going around forever. But it was still like, yes. So between that and Charlie showing up in Spidey, I was like, yes.
I will say, though, like, the build-up to it was really good. Like, even within the show.
Yep.
So, like, it starts off with the hand, and I was like, I did go, oh, that's cool. That's cool. So that was cool. And then they do the picture. Then you're like, oh, fuck yeah, that's cool. But had I not known it, had it not been 100% spoiled before it, I would have been more pumped. But I have some thoughts on Kingpin, and we'll get to it. But finally, Jolt.
Yes.
Plays Lucky Pizza Dog. Another amputee.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the correct term? Differently abled?
Is it an amputee if he's missing an eye?
No, an amputee is if you're missing a limb.
Right.
Period.
He's just missing an eye, isn't he? What's he missing for limbs?
He is missing an eye, yeah, so he's not an amputee.
No.
Special needs? I'll stop talking. Anyway.
Let us know what you call a one-eyed dog.
Yeah, so overall, I really liked the show.
Yeah.
Okay? There was a couple of, like in the first episode, there was like a fight scene, one or two fight scenes in the first two episodes, which was kind of setting me off in the sense that like they were doing at those particular fight scenes, they did that old school cartoon violence thing where they showed, guy winding up, and then they scene cut to the guy going like this, right? But you don't actually see this.
The throw, yeah.
And I was like, oh, is this how they're going to do all the fight scenes now?
Was that Kate Bishop stuff?
I think so. I can't... No. It was a Clint Barton fight scene.
Yeah?
It was a Clint Barton. But, it might have been second episode. But I immediately was like, oh, man, I don't know. And then, because I watched the 3 days, so 2 episode intervals.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. And then when I got to the third one, and they were showing, like, full-on, like, side-scrolling fight scenes, overhead fight scenes, and you're actually seeing shit, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. It's just an outlier. So at that point, I was just like, okay, all right. Actually, you know what? I'll just go with the thing I didn't really like.
Yeah.
I did not. I'll say this. I strongly disliked Kingpin's Hawaiian aesthetic. His lair with the beaded curtains and the Hawaiian motif, and even the fact that he was wearing the white suit with the fucking Hawaiian, like, fat guy shirt, I was like, no.
Straight out of the comics. That's how Mac drew him.
I don't care.
During that run.
Here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care that it's one of the few times where I'm going like, it's comic accurate.
I'm shocked that what he was wearing was the dislike you had with Kingpin. I thought it was going to be the fact that Kate beat the fuck out of him.
Between that I was okay with because she had to beat him. Okay? But, I mean, they could have done it a little bit better, but it was only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So there's only so much they could do. Like, if this was maybe 7 episodes, or 8.
And what about his up in the air ending?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because, again, I think that was in the comic. Yeah, she shot him in the head and he was blind for a while.
Which, yeah, and that led into what we saw in Bendis' run.
Yes. Yeah.
And if they go that route, that'll be kind of interesting to see how they do. I don't think they will. But there was, like, I read somewhere where, like, even he was saying the only real difference between him and the Netflix version was that this version is stronger. Like, almost superhuman strong.
Yeah.
And that was jarring for me. So to see that, I was like, ooh. Because now I'm like, how does he not beat Daredevil?
Yeah.
Like, how does he not just break Daredevil in half? But then, of course, MCU Daredevil is probably going to be stronger.
Oh, 100%.
He's not going to be like... I don't think he'll be unbeatable.
Kingpin's an interesting character, though, right?
Hold on. I don't think he won't be unbeatable.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll see Daredevil take as many punches. I don't think he'll, like, take as many hits. So
you won't take a shit kicking like he did in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like, at least...
Well, my dad will enjoy that, because that was his complaint, was Daredevil's always getting beaten up.
But then again, I'm sitting there going, like, okay, but first, like, if you look at it, season 1, by the end, he's getting hit less and less.
Yeah.
Okay? Season 2, Well, he's fighting better bad guys, but by the end, he's getting hit less and less. Same with season 3. By the end, he's getting hit less and less. In fact, really, the only time he's getting his ass handed to him, aside from the first initial one, where the thugs almost killed him, was fucking Dex.
Yeah.
And Dex had to kick the fuck out of him, because otherwise, what was the point? You know? Like,
and the hand beat him up.
Well, and that's what I mean. So he's fighting like better class of villains.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the season, he's getting hit less and less, and then eventually the Handler's no longer an issue. Yeah. It's the head guys. It's Nobu. You know, it's those type of guys that are now giving him a hard time. It's all about progression, right? Yep. But I think, and again, I will say, you know, we'll see how well Moon Knight handles that. But
yeah,
I do think that Daredevil will get an upgrade in the sense that he won't be getting beat up as much.
Because, you mean, like, getting back to what I was going to say about Kingpin.
Yeah.
Is the 3 guys he always goes up against is Daredevil, Punisher, and Spider-Man.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
And he goes toe-to-toe with Spidey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's way stronger than the other 2.
I remember specifically, like, in comic books, you would see Spider-Man flick humans.
Yeah.
Because just
he
that.
He could lift a fucking car over his head.
You know what I mean? Like, and even Holland said, like, his Spider-Man is never going to punch people.
Yeah. Because
he can't he's not at the point where he can pull his punches, right? But then, of course, in No Way Out, they all talk about how, like, as soon as Garfield goes, stop pulling my punches, they're all just kind of like, oh, well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and...
well, that was another... Yeah, I'm bouncing here, but... I'm going to say it quickly because I'll forget about it.
Yeah, okay.
In the first Morbius trailer, that Spider-Man picture that said murderer on it, everyone's saying that Morbius is going to be in Garfield's world because of the I pulled my punches line.
Yeah, but that's dumb because the poster that was in the trailer was Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? So...
From the video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
I don't know. I'm still intrigued about Morbius, so... But all this talk...
I'm excited for Morbius.
Even like when they're saying, like, well, Venom is actually in Garfield's... It's like, no, he isn't.
Yeah.
Because they would have mentioned Spider-Man. So they didn't. So he's not in
Would they mention it even though he's in San Francisco, though? And Spidey's in New York?
That's true. I mean...
Right? I mean, you and
true.
I don't go talking in a couple-day period about something going on in another city.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. But I kind of think... the only thing I could say is that, like, if all of a sudden nowhere else in the world is superheroes by any means.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden there's a guy spinning webs and saving, you know, not just Hell's Kitchen, but all of New York. Like, he's everywhere, right? I think that would be global.
Yeah.
I think, like people even in, like in China would be like, oh, you hear about the Spider-Man?
At first. But if he's been doing it for 10 years, then it's kind of old news, right?
Which
I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say which way they'll
go. I see what you're saying.
Like, I've heard, like, Venom goes back to his own universe. And he goes, well, let's go to New York here and see our Spider-Man,
Yeah, but anyway.
I don't know.
I feel like because they put him back in that universe, there's no Spider-Man in that universe. But then again, it's hard to say.
I don't know what they're going to do.
I really, because...
I got more questions than ever.
Because even now, like, even though recently Tom Holland has said he's taken a break, there's no word that he's officially signed up for 3 more movies.
Yeah.
Okay? Even though I think he has. I'm almost... Again, remember how I said actually, that'll be cut, so... But I said I would bet money I didn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd bet money I didn't have on him re-signing.
Yeah. Oh, he will. He is going to take a break, I think, for sure, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because, honestly, he's been going nonstop. He's been carrying the Marvel Universe for, like, 6 years now.
He hasn't been carrying it.
But almost yearly he's
been doing it. And then not only has he been doing that, but he's been fitting in other movies in between, too.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, and I said it, too, like, so he's going to ride out unbelievably massive success of No Way Home. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I say unbelievably because no one knew that it was going to be this profitable.
During fucking a pandemic?
We both said pre-COVID, like if this was pre-COVID.
Yeah. Pre-COVID, this would be giving Endgame a run for its money.
100%. 100%.
Being that successful? Holy
But
shit.
we never thought of that prior to seeing the movie.
No.
Leading up to that, even pre-COVID, like we were saying, pre-COVID, it'll do $1 billion easily. Yeah. Okay? But because of COVID, maybe not. It might. You were actually more positive. You were saying, I think it'll do $1 billion regardless.
Yeah.
And you were 100% correct.
But never in my wildest dreams I think this. To
get so close to $2 billion
when it made
during COVID.
When it made over $200 million opening weekend, I was like, good fucking lord, that's like almost the entirety of Venom's run in a weekend.
Yeah.
Like during COVID.
Let there be carnage, you mean?
Yeah. But during COVID.
Yeah.
You know?
During COVID, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Like, there's a lot of people not allowed to go to movies. There's countries that aren't running movies. It's not shown in China.
And I was going to say, it's one of the few that wasn't shown in China and still cleared this amount of money.
So it's sitting at 1.8 right now. It is $1 billion away from the 2.8 that Star Wars and Endgame or Avatar and Endgame are at.
Yeah.
If it had China when it was pre-COVID, it would easily be touching that. Easily.
And we're not even like
huge.
And the best part is that there's no streaming revenue yet.
No.
That's still coming.
Yeah.
It's still in the theater.
Blu-ray,
and still
4K, DVD.
Like, it's just... Ugh.
And I'm totally buying Blu-ray day one now that they announced there's 20 extra minutes of Garfield and Maguire scenes.
I was buying day one regardless.
Yeah, me too. But
there was no way I wasn't.
That was like...
There was no way I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay? But, anyway, between that, and even Uncharted is doing rather well.
It's near 100 mil in North America now.
Like, and I mean, like,
and that's
again,
big numbers for a video game movie.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
yeah,
sure.
It's not another franchise, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And again, it's Sony, so you better believe Sony's gonna be throwing money at this kid. Like, did you break them yet? How about this bag of money?
I bet you that they're literally they've like the deal's already done.
Yeah.
It's already done. It's already signed up. They've already got the dates in place. They already have a rough idea of what they want to do. Okay. And then it's just a matter of him just taking a break.
Yeah.
And fucking give it to him.
Yeah. Give him the break.
Fuck. You know? And the way he's talking about how he's like, if I'm still doing this when I'm 30, that's a problem. And he meant, like, in the sense that, like, I haven't passed the torch on to someone. That immediately tells me he's doing it, and the way he's ending it is with him passing the baton off to someone else. May not necessarily be Miles. Could be someone else. Could be a female.
I feel like Miles is the obvious.
Yeah, it should. It should be.
Yeah.
If you're going to pass the baton off, it should be.
Definitely.
Ugh, and if you thought you cried like a bitch in No Way Home, wait till you get to the death of Peter Parker.
If they pull it. I don't know. Would they pull that off? Maybe MJ gets her memories back and he decides to retire as Peter or Spider-Man.
That actually would be pretty cool. But
go off in the sunset.
But can Peter Parker actually quit?
Yes.
How?
Gets his arms cut off.
Right. Fair enough. He doesn't have super awesome regeneration.
Got no arms.
Nope. He can't reach.
This just doesn't look that cool.
This guy heals from bullet wounds in minutes. But you're right. He can't grow back his arms.
No.
Anyway.
Definitely not.
So, tangent aside.
We were talking about Hawkeye somewhere here.
Aside from literally, like I said, there's like a couple of the tweaks with Kingpin. The visual I just didn't like because it was hard to take him serious.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And especially because, like, and I'm going to speak freely here. I love the Netflix show more than anyone else in this room.
I will agree.
Nobody loves it more than me in this room.
That would be me, and I agree.
I have already, when they announced that Netflix was dropping the shows, I messaged this guy at night and was like...
Speed run begins now.
I also was like literally like, I'll be able to have access to the 4K versions of the show and Defenders. And you were like, whoa! luckily, that Plex server sharing that I have, he uploaded it on there.
Cool.
So I don't necessarily have to go that drastic. I'm still going to do it because I want a physical fucking copy.
Yeah.
A physical fucking copy. I don't want to buy the 2 Blu-rays on Amazon and
that are going for a fortune now, and then number 3's never released.
Hold my dick and go, you know? So I want a physical copy, so I'm going to still do it, and when I get it, I'll let you know.
Fucking A.
But that's how much of a fan of Daredevil I am. So when they make changes, and like we've just discussed, they will make changes.
Yeah.
I will say, though, these are minuscule changes. Yeah. The next time we see Kingpin, he's not going to be wearing the fucking Hawaiian thing. Okay? No. And it was strictly because, like you said, it was part of the story for Echo. So, comic accurate. Thumbs up, guys. Even though it wasn't for me. You know, like we'll probably see comic accurate Daredevil costume. Yeah. I don't want to see it, but the material's good. I can look past it.
Yellow costume with 2 Ds on it. Here it comes.
That'll sink it.
They're going to do yellow.
It'll sink it, right? No, if they do, it'll sink it.
Yeah.
It'll sink it. It's worse than having a Moon Knight be a fucking mummy with a cape.
I'm still not liking that costume.
I like the visual of it, like, wrapping around him.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Jumps and his cape's the actual shape of a moon.
Also awesome. But then when they look at and it still wraps around him, I was like, no, that's dumb. That's dumb. But luckily, I don't know if anyone has seen the poster recently. Have you seen it?
I saw it.
Oh, they actually showed...
So we know that's going to be going on.
Yeah, so the Warren Ellis reboot of Moon Knight from like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, about that.
Introduced a concept where he, based on the phases of the moon, would change his appearance. So you had the classic Moon Knight. Then you had a bit more of an armored Moon Knight. And the coolest twist, which I was disappointed that Mark Waid ripped off for his Daredevil run, was white suit Moon Knight with just like a face mask.
Yeah.
And the crescent moon. And that was first issue. He was in that suit, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's awesome. And there's a line where it's like, yeah, like, why are you wearing white? And it's like, or no, because they're like, hey, if you're trying to sneak up on him, why are you wearing white? And he goes, because I want him to see me coming. I'm like, this is fucking badass. That whole sequence was awesome, too. That's fun. That's so fucking awesome. So that's promising. So it's promising.
Very.
Now, I mentioned the 6-episode run.
Yes.
I don't know if 6 episodes is good for a character that hasn't had a lead-in. Because this Hawkeye had a lead-in, obviously.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But WandaVision had a lead-in.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
yep.
lead-in. Loki, lead-in. Moon Knight, no lead-in. Echo, lead-in.
Yep.
She-Hulk doesn't have a lead-in, but She-Hulk also has the name She-Hulk.
And Mark Ruffalo being in it.
You don't even have to say Mark Ruffalo, but you say She-Hulk.
You know Hulk.
Immediately you go, oh, female Hulk.
She's green.
Huh. She's green. She's got big muscles.
Yep.
Chances are Hulk is in it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have to tell you that Mark Ruffalo is in it, but you're going, he's probably going to be in it, right?
Yeah.
Moon Knight is the one really where I'm like, okay, let's see. Like, now, I mean, obviously the rumor now is like Echo is going to essentially be Daredevil season 3.5, which is possible, which I'm okay with. Especially if he has any sort of extended appearance in She-Hulk, which I firmly believe he does.
I don't know if we'll see DD, but Matt for sure.
Matt Murdock, yes.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
And hopefully Foggy.
Oh, man. I hope so.
And I hope it's the same cast.
So
I want all 3 of them there.
So do I. Oh, you do. I heard theories where they were like, whisper. Yeah. I heard theories that, because, like, you know, Matt gets snapped, right?
Yeah.
There, of course, the popular theory is that the 3 got snapped, Fisk didn't, he got out, right? Mm-hmm. One of the theories is that, I heard this, I was like, no. But one is Matt gets snapped, and Foggy and Karen don't. So they're 5 years older. Matt's not, and he's still where he was when the snapping happened, right? So that's one. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. I kind of prefer, like, I know it sounds cheesy, but that No Way Home or the Far From Home snap where the core characters all got snapped.
All the friends.
I was like, I mean, it works for me. Like, I'm okay with it. It's one, like, even when it happened, you're like, oh, of course they all got snapped. You're like, okay, but that's cool. I'm fine with it. But for the one of them was, so Matt gets snapped, Foggy's killed, because, like, he goes up against Fisk, but he can't stop Fisk, and he ends up getting killed. And then Karen is also, like, wounded horribly, because she tries to do it too, and I was like, no, that's the worst. That's the worst. 5 years being snapped, and you come back, and your best friend's dead. your on-again, off-again girlfriend is on death's door.
Yep.
No. And then you want it to be in the MCU? No. This was like Netflix season 4, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty bleak, but no. I want to see the original cast.
Moon Knight's going to let us know what Daredevil's going to be like in the MCU.
It'll give us a clearer idea, not necessarily.
If he's fucking walking around dropping one-liners the whole time, we'll be like, oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah, I really hope they don't change too much, because, like, to be fair, like, aside from the power upgrade, he's actually very close to where he was. I mean, I don't ever anticipate seeing Kingpin smash a car door on a guy's fucking head until it falls off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but to be fair, it didn't need to be in the Netflix show either.
No. It
was crazy. It was fucking jarring. And I was just like, I can't fucking believe they're doing this. You know?
I can't look away!
But they also, like, immediately said, okay, but this guy, you don't fuck with this guy, right?
Yeah.
But even, like, Charlie Cox has said in interviews, like, recently, he's just like, you know what, like, will they do PG-13? I don't think so. They'll probably more than likely be PG, but, I mean, I like all their stuff. I have nothing but confidence in them that they'll do this right, you know? So, like, I hope that there's still the Catholic aspect of it. Mm-hmm. I hope that that's a prominent thing, because it is a prominent part of his character.
Yep.
I mean, sure, some artists are... Some don't, like, Wade didn't really do too much with the Catholic stuff. Did a bit, but not too much. But it is a core part of his thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be, like, court cases. And in my opinion, there's got to be fight scenes where he's getting punched and kicked and he's bloody and he's scarred up. He's got to look like a normal dude fighting crime with, like, radar.
Yeah.
You know? And the only other thing that I would say change would be the radar look.
From the Netflix show?
Yeah.
Okay.
The World on Fire stuff, it was cool, but the radar stuff that you saw in the Daredevil movie, I thought was really cool.
I loved it.
Really cool.
When he sees Elektra for the first time in the rain?
It was awesome, but
that's a great scene.
I would like it if they did it kind of like they do it in the Wade's Run. But maybe, like, it's a bit more artistic, right? But, like, I mentioned it for the Daredevil game. The Last of Us echolocation. If they did something similar to that, you know, not necessarily... Because, like, I mean, in the comic books, regardless of how the artist interprets it, he can see people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the idea is that he can see 360 degrees. So even though he can't, like, he's facing this way, he can still, because of the echolocation. So, doing something similar to, like, the Daredevil movie itself, not necessarily to the point where you can see your face clearly, like people's faces clearly, but enough where, but also at the same time, I don't want to see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know? But that would be the only real change that I would say. If you're going to show it similar to the Daredevil movie, but don't do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't miss it in the show. Like, I wasn't like, oh, jeez, I really wish I could see how he sees, right?
Yeah.
I was too busy going like, oh, fuck. But getting back to the 6th issue thing, or 6th episode thing, I don't know how much of a character arc will be for a lot of this. Because even in this show, Hawkeye, sorry, Clint Barton gets a character arc.
Yep.
Kate Bishop obviously gets a character arc.
Mm-hmm.
And Maya gets a character arc.
Yep.
But that's it. And there's still quite a bit of people in here. And even then...
Well, Kate's mom's got a bit of an arc.
I don't know that she has really an arc per se.
Yeah.
I mean, without spoiling anything, she's there. And she's integral to the plot. But I don't think there's an arc involved at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, so long-winded Daredevil tangent. I apologize again, guys. Actually, this time I apologize for this particular one. The previous ones, if I've ever apologized, I rescind them. Overall, I really liked the show. I thought the fight scenes were awesome.
Fighting was great. The chemistry between Jeremy and Haley and fucking what the fuck? So Florence, pew, pew, pew. I was remembering the pew. I was like, fuck, what? Florence the Machine.
But even the chemistry with
so good.
Kingpin and Maya was also really good.
Yes.
And it had to be because he raised her essentially to be quite a daughter, but he was a surrogate dad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like...
But that's also because he had her on a leash.
Yeah. So, I will say, though, this is one of the ones where I'm like, it's kind of disappointing that he doesn't get a second season.
I know.
Like, they're literally referring to this one as a limited series, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think we're not going to see Clint anymore. Maybe in a little appearance on a phone type of deal, but I think his story is pretty much done. It's Kate going forward. Yeah,
actually, and the way they do end it too, because they hint at him, like he's obviously passed the bow on to her. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And this does for sure lead into the Young Avengers.
You know, he's wrapped up all the Ronin stuff. He's back on the farm with his family.
Yeah.
I think he's... Yeah.
And
that Ronin stuff was great too. Like, all of it.
The Ronin stuff was really cool. And I actually liked how that was more... Like, that was the start of the story.
That got him to come out.
She steals the suit so that she doesn't get seen.
Yeah. And
then Criminal Underworld is like, that fucking prick Ronin's back. Let's kill him. And then he's like, sees it on the news and is like, all right. Although I thought it was funny how he leaves his kids in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And just goes off and fights crime.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, oh, really, dude? You couldn't do a quick, like, hey, honey, you better pick up the kids. Shit's going down. That stuff that we don't talk about, it's coming back to bite me in the ass. But
the kids know what's up.
But yeah, and that was the thing, too. Like, at least in the second...
Hey, Dad's a celeb.
They immediately, like, reference it, and she's like, just be home for Christmas type of thing. And they all, like, understood. Like, they get it. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, it's like being... You know, it's like your dad's a cop.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that part was... If they didn't handle it the way they did in the second episode, I'd have been like, oh, fuck, like, way to make him look like a shit dad.
Yeah.
You know? Especially because it was a reconnection trip. But,
I love the Christmas setting. I thought it was really fun to have a Marvel thing going on at Christmas.
You know what? You don't see it enough, but when you do see it, like, you're just like, oh, that's cute. Well, not cute, but it was nice. Although... Real quick, before I forget, this being the last time we see Hawkeye, it's disappointing that we get him in an actual comic actor suit.
At the very end.
That looked awesome.
Yeah.
And that's the only time we get to see him in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I loved the show, man.
It was really good.
Like, right now, it's between this and Loki for my favorite MCU shows.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Because how am I going to say this? This show, Loki, and WandaVision are all like fucking great.
Oh, they're insanely good.
I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Right? And I was actually pumped, like when they said a Hawkeye season was happening. I was like, okay. All right.
Yep.
And they did a really good job of showing both of their stories, without one overshadowing the other.
Exactly.
Complementing perfectly, and then, handing it off and saying, okay, now it's your turn. You go. You be Hawkeye. They did that really great. I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier a lot, but I found that it didn't stay with me as much. When I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is really, really good.
Yeah.
But then when I was done, like, if they didn't do Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but they still announced Cap 4, I would have been like, yeah, okay, great.
Fine.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing it and then announcing Cap 4 afterwards, I'm just like, okay.
Because, I mean,
fucking right.
Really, yeah, like Falcon and Winter Soldier started with him having the shield and ended with him having the shield. So really, you could just jump right to Cap 4, ignore that entirety.
The whole thing didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
At all. Okay? Because realistically, if you really think about it, where those characters were at the beginning of that show, or the season, sorry, I think it's only one and done for them too, actually.
Yeah.
I'm
because they're going into the movie now. And, yeah.
Where they were at the end of that show, at the beginning and the end, you could have done a 10-15 minute blurb at the beginning of Cap 4.
Yeah.
And summed up, basically, Now, actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I thoroughly enjoyed the show.
Like, I watched it, and I enjoyed it, but I was like, I don't really care if I ever watch it again. Whereas right now, I'll definitely watch Loki and Hawkeye again.
Oh, yeah.
And probably WandaVision, too.
WandaVision,
probably not the entire season, though. I'd probably watch the last few episodes.
WandaVision, I'll watch again if there's stuff that happens in Doctor Strange that just directly references it, and then I'll probably rewatch it. But I don't know that I'll... Actually, honestly, I don't know if I'll watch any of those shows over again.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Because, Loki, I might.
Loki, I definitely watch.
Loki is the only one that I can honestly say I probably will.
And I've watched the season finale of Hawkeye 3 times.
Season finale, however, was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the payoff was fucking huge. Even though when they showed up with Yelena, when she showed up,
yep,
and she's like, well, I'm going to kill Barton. I knew the fight scene was going to end with her hitting him and him not fighting back and basically just saying, no.
Yeah.
This is how it happened. And eventually she just stops and goes, okay, all right. I knew it.
Yeah, because he did the bird whistle thing.
I knew that. I didn't know exactly how.
No, but
I knew it was going to be one of those things.
Yeah, like I'm not fighting.
I'm not
fighting that sister. It's not happening.
There's no fucking way. And yet, when you finally get there and you get exactly what you called, you're still like, oh fuck, man, that was when he whistled. The second he whistled, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah. She's like, how do you know that? And it's like, she told me everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't stop talking about you. Then I was like, oh, this is fucking sweet. This is so good. And then the ending at the farm, I was like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. By the end of this, I was pumped. I wasn't as pumped by the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because, the only thing that I really thought was cool was Sam Wilson's speech.
Speech was great.
Where he was like, I'm going to be a different Captain America.
And that was a Captain America speech, 100%. Comic accurate costume, great. The headgear's got to go for Cap 4.
Thin the fuck out of it.
Fuck. Could you make him look like he's got a chunkier head?
Yeah. In fact, you know what I'd be okay with? Is if they just did the goggles.
Just the goggles or something.
Raise the neck to about here.
Yeah.
Don't join it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be joined.
Yeah.
Comic accurate. It looked incredible. And in some of the scenes, it looked like the first time you see it, it's boxy and thick, and you're just like, oh shit. Some of the scenes where it was CGI, you're like, it's a little bit more thinned out or whatever. Then it looked better, but it was awesome. But while I was like, yeah, it's a good ending, I wasn't like, fuck yeah. You know, and the stuff with Sharon, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I really didn't like the Sharon stuff.
I didn't like it because it really made her look like a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it was necessary.
No.
I mean, unless Secret Invasion happens, and it's actually...
Well, it is happening.
Well... Hold on.
How it goes down.
If it's Secret Invasion, or if it's a red herring and it ends up being Secret Wars. Because I actually think it might be a red herring, and it ends up being it'll be called Secret Wars, but it's really just a precursor to the big, huge Avengers reunion for Phase 5.
Yeah.
Even though Feige said there's no more Avenger movies.
Right, you're building the Young Avengers as we speak.
You're building the Young Avengers. Thor is still around.
Yeah.
Okay, sure he's in space, but I mean, we can't say for certain that Jane doesn't continue being Thor after this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really?
But maybe there will be no more Avengers. Maybe we'll call them the Ultimates.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe we'll go the Ultimates route.
Okay. I actually wouldn't be... I'd be okay with that,
I'd be fine with that.
Be alright.
The new team being the Ultimates?
I would be okay with that, yeah. But I mean, like, you're setting all the pieces in motion.
Yeah.
We've got Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've got Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay. We have Thor.
Yeah.
Plus, we still have...
Ant-Man.
Odin, or Thor Odin's son. So we have two Thors.
We got two Thors.
We have two Thors.
Ant-Man and Wasp are around.
Ant-Man and Wasp are around. Although I don't know how much longer the Wasp is going to be around, considering her anti-COVID stance.
Well, they kept her on for number 3, so.
But afterwards.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was pretty much. I mean, how much is it finished? It's probably finished.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless.
Yeah. So you got that.
And then you've got She-Hulk.
And Hulk, one-arm Hulk.
Ooh, I don't know. I think by the time She-Hulk's done, Ruffalo might be done.
Yeah.
Or at least Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk, as Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, I think will be done.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, you've got.
Okay, so you got
You've got pretty much the core here.
Spider-Man's still around.
No
one knows the secret that anybody's around.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean. You could call him up and say, hey, dude, remember when you helped us all the other times?
Yep.
Want to help us again? He's always been a reserve Avenger for the longest time. He was a reserve Avenger.
Yeah.
You know?
Wanda's around, Doctor Strange is around, Vision's around. I mean, War Machine's around.
War Machine, yep. That's right.
Right? He's going to be in Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel's around.
Miss Marvel, apparently.
You
got more than enough to make another super team.
There's some version of Black Panther around. But
I don't know what they're going to do there. Are they going to do Shuri? I don't know if they're going to do Shuri. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be Killmonger.
I don't think so. I actually think it's going to be the other guy.
Oh, M'Baku or something?
I think it's going to be M'Baku. I think originally they were going to go with Shuri.
Yeah.
Originally. And she couldn't keep her mouth shut
about
her thoughts on that stuff. And they were, I guarantee you, they were probably like, look, you're not that big of a celebrity to do this shit.
Yeah, you're really...
Evangeline Lilly isn't that big of a celebrity to do this shit either, but she's higher on the card than you are. Okay? So, shut the fuck up. Or, just shut the fuck up. That's it. There's nothing else.
Civil. Shut the fuck up.
Not everyone needs to see your shit on Twitter. Not just because you have Twitter doesn't mean you're important.
No. You can write whatever the fuck you want in there. Doesn't mean shit.
Most people don't care anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless.
It's true.
So, they're in a state of rebuilding to push towards it. Plus, by that point, by the end of Doctor Strange, we'll probably have some indication of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Well,
some indication of the X-Men.
We'll know about the Illuminati. Yeah.
Well, that's just it. So by the Illuminati alone, we'll have definitely an indication of the X-Men.
Yep.
Some way, shape, or form, the X-Men, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Fantastic Four. There's no choice but to do another Avengers movie.
You know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking, Kenneth?
What if during Doctor Strange we get House of M, but it's not no more mutants? What if Scarlet Witch wants mutants?
But why?
people like her.
But she's not a mutant.
She doesn't have her brother anymore.
She's not a mutant.
Yeah, but she could call herself. Or maybe Professor X will say something to her. Where you come from, we call you mutants or something.
Oh, but... yeah, but...
I just really don't want them to be fucking in Eternals and...
But hold on. She wasn't in the X universe.
Scarlet Witch. But that doesn't mean that this Professor X is the Fox Professor X.
That's true. That actually, yeah, that's right.
Right?
I'm immediately making it him. Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
That's right.
J. Jonah Jameson is in the same.
yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
yeah.
In fact, this is the worst J. Jonah Jameson. I said that in the No Way Home,
Yeah.
and I've rewatched it on a slightly better version of a cam copy, and every time I see him now, I'm like, oh, you fucking piece of shit.
It is a Sinister Six movie because there's number 6.
You are such a fucking piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every other version of J. Jonah Jameson, you're like, fuck you, you hate him, blah, blah, blah. This one, I'm like, no,
this
fuck you.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I hate you.
Damn.
If it wasn't for you, his fucking aunt wouldn't be dead. And all the people, well, he probably still would have made everybody forget, but still.
Yeah.
But regardless. So, to kind of put a cap on my thoughts on this is one of the better Marvel series.
Easily.
And I put off watching it for some reason. I don't even know. I think I was just kind of like, I'll get to it when I get to it type of thing. I honestly wish I would have watched it sooner.
I was happy I watched it weekly when it came out because it was perfect at Christmas.
Yeah, I wish I would have watched it sooner, and it would have been a nice little break because every episode got better. Actually, that's it. So every episode got better.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to the end, I was like, oh yes, Winter Soldier. Unfortunately, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Unfortunately, was like this for me.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like they were trying to cram too much story.
Yep.
Because it was it was, first of all, Sam gives up the shield even though it was given to him specifically by the last guy who had it. Didn't give it to the other guy.
No.
Who got that arm. Didn't give it to him.
Then knew him his whole life.
And in fact, because I rewatched Endgame with my dad,
yep.
Bucky knew it too.
Yeah.
They both were like, you're the next Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
There was no aw.
Yeah.
So then they create this bullshit feud between the two of them because he gave up the shield.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, he should never have given up the shield, right? But you're right. Starts with him giving up the shield, ends with him getting it back. They never had to do that.
No.
This whole hate each other bullshit for a couple of episodes didn't have to happen.
Yep.
While reintroducing Baron Zemo was awesome.
I love that.
That was a high point
Too bad
for me.
He disappeared.
But then did nothing.
Yeah.
Really did nothing. And then rewatching Civil War for the first time in years, you're just like, I forgot how fucking cool this was because he won.
Yeah.
He got exactly what he wanted. He got the Avengers to break up.
Mm-hmm.
All because his family was killed because of them, right?
Yep.
He won. And then they did this, and sure, he had the mask on for 30 seconds, and it looked awesome. And that was it.
That was it.
Like I said, we touched upon the stuff with the Power Broker, Sharon Carter.
Yep.
So yeah, this was like this. So, in fact, this is why it's up there with WandaVision and Loki, because those two, every episode was like WandaVision for me was
a slower take on
what's happening, and then second episode I was like, okay, something's going on. I'm not quite sure, but something's fucked up. And then it just went.
Episode 4 says.
Yeah, and then Loki was just immediately like.
Oh, man. Loki was a friggin' dream of a show.
And this one too. It started off here, and then just immediately climbed, and then to the point where I was just like, hey, fuck. And I still think some of this season should be longer than 6 episodes, though. But we'll see.
Is Moon Knight 8, I think? I think Moon Knight's 8.
Yeah, I think Moon Knight's 8. But wasn't Winter Soldier...
6.
Yeah, that one was
Winter
6.
Soldier was 7. WandaVision was 10.
WandaVision was 10. I think Loki was 8.
No, I think Loki was even shorter. I think it was only 5. I think Loki was the shortest one of the bunch.
You know what's funny is we're saying like Falcon and the Winter Soldier had only 6 episodes, and yet they tried to pack in the most story.
That could have used an extra episode. For sure. And What If, I think, is like 10 episodes too. I really got to get back to that. I got to get into it. I don't know if I like the animation style, though.
I like the animation style. I think it was 6 episodes.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was shorter.
For what the stories they were trying to tell, they could have done with maybe 2 more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could have just cut.
Just cut.
Trim some of the fat. Like, I like the exploration of what being Captain America means to a black man.
Yep.
And to black people in general. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was like, whoa, we can
that whole speech was so good.
So Loki.
Oh no, Moon Knight is only 6 episodes.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah,
Loki was 6.
Kind of strange, eh?
Loki was 6.
And after Moon Knight is She-Hulk, and then Secret Invasion, I believe.
Yeah.
Because Miss Marvel got pushed back.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Don't know why.
What is the reason?
Episode got, I don't know. She-Hulk's going to be 10 episodes.
Okay. All right.
So,
I feel like Daredevil is one of those where it should be on the 10 episodes. I know a lot of people griped about 13 episodes, but I'm super biased. But even the filler episodes were awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, fucking Daredevil's amazing.
Like, there's no episode where I would let's remove that.
Yeah.
Let's take that out.
Yeah.
You know, let's get rid of this. Or even within the episodes where I'm like, maybe do this and don't do this. Not one. Not one episode. But we'll see what happens. Well, so this is a ramble, disjointed one.
Yeah, but you know what? It's fucking fun.
So yeah, overall, great.
Amazing show. Great.
I can't wait to see more.
I hope Moon Knight's as good as this one.
Yeah. I mean,
obviously it's going to be different genre-wise.
It looks fucking bonkers, though.
Oh, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what people think of this. Because this is their first time digging into, a weird Marvel character in the MCU.
Yeah.
You know, he's a strange character.
He's such a strange character that even, the great Brian Michael Bendis couldn't fucking crack that.
No.
He had David Finch on art.
I wouldn't dare to write.
He had fucking David Finch on art. No, not David
No, he had Alex Maleev.
No.
Yeah, Finch did the run with Charles Huston.
Oh.
Before Bendis.
Right. That's right.
Because Bendis and Maleev's had Moon Knight with all the superhero shield and Spider Hitman hand.
That's right, I forgot. He was supposed to be like Taskmaster if he was a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. Now I remember. And I was pissed because fucking Bendis and Maleev did that amazing, almost perfect run for Daredevil. Mm-hmm. So good. A lot of good in that. The valleys were pretty.
The fact that Bendis came to DC and never once wrote a Batman story with Maleev blows my mind.
It's like a slam dunk.
Fucking
slam
dunk.
The
Daredevil team doing Batman.
Yeah.
No, let's put him on this fucking shit. Room Superman, do Legion of Superheroes for a while.
Oh yeah, fuck around with Young Justice too.
Yeah.
Create your own character and...
It's like he almost avoided street level characters, so they're not it's the street level guy. You are the street level guy.
Yeah.
You write street level characters better than anyone. You suck at writing the big heroes.
Yeah, you're absolutely garbage at writing Superman.
Yeah.
Garbage. Pure garbage. Nothing good came out of that.
No.
Not one fucking... the only thing that was good was aging up John Kent. But that's, retroactive. Because at the time, I was like, fuck off. And even, how... We're at a point now where, he's Superman. He's Earth Superman. Because Superman is off-world.
Yep.
That was... The end result was he was going to be Superman. Bendis was going to kill Clark Kent, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was definitely going to kill Kal-El and all. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it because I get fucking mad. I get fucking mad. The guy wrote, one of my upper run Daredevil books, even though like I've reread it, like I said.
Oh yeah.
But like hardcore. Mwah! Mm-hmm. Mwah! The Murdoch Papers. Mm-hmm. Mwah!
Talk about the guy that wrote Ultimate Spider-Man, created Miles Morales.
And that's what I was getting to. And then you've got
Alias with Jessica Jones.
One of my absolute favorite versions of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
And created Miles Morales and made me want to see Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
At no point I would have been like, fuck this. But no, I was like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Introduce the world to Sarah Pacelli. Fucking crazy artist.
Oh, so much better than David LaFuente.
Oh, I hated LaFuente.
I was like, you're a good artist. Why are you doing this, though?
I think they were trying...
You don't follow vaguely with that.
I want to say the art style was trying... I almost feel like Spectacular Spider-Man, the TV show, was out around that time.
Maybe.
And they were trying to kind of go with a similar vibe.
Like, really cartoony...
With this, like, bangs coming out like that.
Manga-looking shit, yeah. I don't... No.
Anyway.
No.
So this show was awesome.
Yes.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I'll probably rewatch this one.
Oh, I'll definitely rewatch it. You know what? I'm going to make that probably a Christmas show.
It's not a bad idea.
I'll watch that around the holidays.
It is actually like, it's really...
When I'm going through all my Christmas movies, I'll throw on Hawkeye for 6 episodes.
So, you got anything else?
I got nothing else, man.
If you haven't seen it, see it. And if you've already seen it, give it a couple weeks and see it again. Hawkeye. Thumb up.
Thumb up.
It's dumb. I'm never doing that again.
One single thumb.
I'm so... Even saying it sounds lame. Yeah. Thumb up.
Combine our thumbs and you have 2 thumbs up.
That's right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you. As always, you can see us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, okay? YouTube. Oh, shit. You can hear us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. And you can see us. We're liars. We will get stuff on geekpantsmedia.com at some point. We will at some point.
I've been killing it.
Actually, yeah, you've been all
since the beginning of the year.
I'm the liar. I said I wouldn't do it until March or February. I said I was going to do February.
Yes.
And I didn't. I didn't at all.
No.
I have no excuse, guys. No excuse.
Yeah. He was on vacation all week.
I'm literally saying, like, I've got 3 or 4 different ideas, but I don't even pick one of them. So...
I say you write them all into one disjointed article.
Actually,
every paragraph's a different thing.
I'll tell you. This is... my idea is to do why I like these characters. Okay?
I like that.
I like it too. Question is, who the fuck do I start with? Do I start with Superman? Do I start with Spider-Man?
Are you going to make this a series? So you're going to have a Spider-Man article?
I have to.
A Superman article?
I have to. But who do I start with?
Right.
Do I do Superman? Do I do Spider-Man? Do I do Nightwing? Do I do like Tim Drake?
This
Robin?
feels like a name from the hat situation.
The reality is I have to do Superman.
Yeah.
Because he was my first.
You got to do Superman.
I have to. But then the pressure is, how, like, do I make it good?
Yeah, but then who do I choose for the second one?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then
Nightwing.
I had to actually talk about it because in my head I was like, but as soon as we're talking about it, I'm literally like, oh, Superman. Spider-Man. You know, and then
Nightwing? Or
next would actually have to be Batman.
Batman.
Because I was a Batman fan before Nightwing. I'm
true.
a Nightwing fan because of Batman.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
And I'm a Tim Drake fan because of Batman.
Yep.
Okay? And, I mean, the Nolan trilogy is 3 of my favorite Batman movies. Period.
Yeah. So you chase Batman with Nightwing? Or do you go Captain America?
That's the other one, yeah.
Savage Dragon? Not many people write about that dude.
No, but...
I know you've kind of parted ways over the years.
I'm officially done with Savage Dragon.
But it would be great to read about why you loved him for so many years when no one paid attention to the book. The
easiest answer is I'm a huge Eric Larson fan.
Yes.
Huge. Okay? There's just something about the way he drew Spider-Man that I was like, okay, yes, I want this. And even like his arguments, like his Spider-Man is more jacked than most guys draw Spider-Man.
Yes, absolutely.
And his argument was, yeah, you know, he got superpowers, right? But he's also carrying around his physique, like in heightened gravity, all day. His mode of transportation is flip, flip, swing, swing. Like you look at rock climbers, they're fucking ripped.
They're jacked.
And they're jacked, okay? That was his rationale. So I was like, you know what, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You can't really argue it.
No.
Now, Bagley is my favorite Spider-Man artist, and his is jacked, but he's not as, like... Larson is beefcake.
Yeah.
Whereas... Oh, okay. Larson is Ben Affleck Batman.
Okay.
Bagley is Christian Bale Batman. That's the distinction.
McFarlane would be more in the Larson side of things.
No, he'd be more of the Bagley side of things.
Yeah, he'd be more Bagley?
He's like Bagley on acid.
Bagley on acid. I love that.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
So thank you for your help in coming up with...
You're welcome, Chris.
I appreciate
And
it.
look at everything you have to look forward to from that guy.
And also this guy. Because this guy can't shut up.
No, it's a problem.
It's like the floodgate was open and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, this is all pouring out of me. Ah, that's a visual for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're out.